What's poppin', y'all? Just finished a little worship session. I've been doing this on Fridays if I got a little spare 10, 15 minutes at the end of the day after you finish getting some work done, just throw on some worship music. I'm telling you, it's a great way to really end the week and just kind of wind down. Feeling good, man. I can't lie. I hope you are too. But yeah, definitely try it out. I'm telling you, that worship music is different. But anywho, we're coming at you from long range today. Usually I'm a little more up close and personal with the camera, but thank you guys for tapping in. And today I really just wanted to touch on the process of saying no to yourself. Our flesh desires so much, just has so many cravings each and every day. It could be habitual things that just pop into our mind, like, oh, you should go do this, go do that, go watch this, go eat that. So many things throughout the day that kind of just pop up and get thrown at us. Or again, like I mentioned, habitually, we're just so used to waking up and grabbing our phones, going to Instagram, or snoozing our alarm 5-10 times in the morning. And yes, I'm guilty of doing most of that stuff as well. But I've just been learning that the more you say no to yourself, the more that those desires come up and those cravings come up, and you actually are able to tell yourself no and get past those cravings. Just there's so much growth there. You have control again over your decisions, everything you do on a daily basis, when you're able to really reflect on things that come up and things that happen throughout the day, kind of want to push you in one direction or the other. And it might not be the best path to go down. It's simply just not healthy to indulge in all of our flesh's cravings and desires each and every day. And as impossible as it may seem, just touching on some of those cravings or desires that are so deep or so intense, have been around for so long. You've been doing these things for so long. You've been going to that fast food restaurant every Friday for the past 5 years. You've been grabbing that drink after work 3 out of 5 days for the past, handful of years after work. That's just what you do. Crack open a beer after you get home. Go jump on Instagram or binge watch Netflix, or go to that one website you shouldn't be going to try and get some stress relief. I'm telling you, once you get to a point of breaking the armor off of that desire, saying no to it maybe for just the morning, just an hour, just a day, starting somewhere to really just chip away at that. Say, you know what? No, I'm not going to give in to that today. And maybe you do. Maybe you fail. This is something that I'm still experimenting with and learning with. There are things that I've been able to shake off immediately. It's been no issues at all. One example is I don't go on social media until 10 a.m. every day, and I have a cap on it at 9 p.m. So essentially, I can only be on social media from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. every single day. And I take Sundays off of social media as well. And it's just kind of one example, but it sets parameters around it, because I used to spend time on Instagram scrolling when I first wake up, or when I'm brushing my teeth, or when I'm trying to focus and line my day up and get things, set up on my agenda, my to-do list. Found myself ended up thinking about, kind of what posts I was looking at, or something will pop up on somebody's story about what they had going on. And then, it kind of just interrupted my flow, interrupted my thoughts. And I've learned personally for me that 10 o'clock is a good time for that. After I wake up early, get my stuff done, have a real productive morning, do my whole morning routine, then around 10 o'clock, it's okay to, maybe have a break or two, or check for any messages or anything, or post something if, somebody's birthday, event going on, whatever the case may be. But it was not successful when I first started. When I first started, it was like, all right, let me try from midnight to 8 a.m., no social media. And I would catch myself still doing it, as soon as 8:01 hits, I'm on it right away. I was like, no, this isn't really doing it. So it's like, it's a trial and error thing. It took a few steps for me to actually get to the level where I'm at now, and I'm completely comfortable with it. That's just one thing. And again, it was, I guess, somewhat more easy for me to break. It was just harder to get the schedule right on what exactly worked for me. But there's other things that can be much harder, right? Eating habits, going to certain foods or certain stress relievers that you've been going to since high school, since middle school. For years and years and years, it's been a part of how your body calms itself down. This is your instinct to go towards that and grab this and do that. And those ones, it's going to take a lot more work. But I'm telling you, what's on the other side is such a good feeling. Being able to tell yourself no, and you get past it. Because right in the moment, it seems so insurmountable. It's like, man, I don't know if I'll make it. That's how dramatic we think. We think it's like our body goes into like fight or flight. Like, no, I need to check this. I need to have a drink. I need to smoke. I need to eat my comfort food. Like that's what I need right now. I'm going through it. My body's freaking out. And as much as a stronghold may feel like it's impossible to move on without it, once you get past it, it becomes possible. You literally, in your mind, it goes from being something so far-fetched and so impossible to like, wait, I actually did that. I did go a day without drinking. I did go a day without social media. And actually, bear with me, I'm gonna change scenery real quick. Enjoy this little intermission. Right back like we never left. I did have to get up close and personal with y'all, man. I was, what I'm saying, I was a little too far away. I missed you guys. But just continuing on that thought, that's where the growth starts, is when you finally get over that hump. You have that moment of, wow, I can do this. I can take a break from this. I can get over this stronghold that's been holding on to me. I can say no to myself. I can say no to my flesh. Once you have those thoughts and that confidence of, wow, I actually did say no to myself, that's where that momentum starts to build up. You can really, really make some progress. And give yourself grace. Like, you're human. We backslide. We fall back. We make the same mistakes over and over again. For whatever reason, we don't seem to learn our lesson the first time, or just fall back on things that we know is really not doing any benefit for us. We can full out know something's harming us or bad for us and still partake in it, just to try and get some sense of peace, or just, again, fulfill that flesh desire that's telling us, like, no, you should try this, or you should do this, or, you do feel good once you do this, this, and this. So we want to feel good. It's a comfort thing. So all I'm saying is give yourself a little bit of grace, a little bit of peace. Try and let that momentum build up, and know ahead of time, hey, I might slip. I might fall back. And I'm not personally saying it's okay. I'm hard on myself, so I don't try and slip up at all. And if I do, I try and set up my own little consequences for my own actions. But it's very helpful to have a circle around you, some supporters, a spouse, some brothers, some sisters, siblings, just people that can hold you accountable and also know what you're going through at the same time. It's crazy how much lighter the weight gets when you start sharing it. You know what I mean? You're holding it all on your own shoulders. It's going to be way easier if you got 2, 3, 5, 10, 20 people holding it with you, as vulnerable as you want to be with your circle and your tight circle at that. It's important to be careful who we share this type of information with when we're trying to break habits or really dive into knocking certain things off that's had a hold on us for years. But the right ones will be around you. They'll pick you up when you fall, when you have those days and those moments of maybe slipping back a little bit. Pick up the phone, call somebody, text them. Those people that can hold you accountable. It's going to make a big difference. But at the end of the day, saying no to ourselves, saying no to these desires, these cravings, it's going to get you to the next level mentally and emotionally, spiritually. Everything is just kind of going to get better. Once you start saying no more consistently to these things that are holding you back, so many more doors are going to open up. So many new things can be filled in that time where you would have spent doing X, Y, and Z. Now, instead, you can start really developing, growing, working out more, reading more, spending more time with God, you name it. There's so much more time and opportunity available when we're able to control our cravings and not just latch on to anything that our flesh desires or craves or wants. It's time for you to take control. But as always, I'm glad to be on this journey with you guys. Just getting better one day at a time, little by little, one step, one day. And over the course of a year, and as time passes, we're going to look back and see how far those baby steps have added up, and those little 1% increments have gotten us so much farther than where we started at. I appreciate you guys watching. Love y'all. Catch you next time. Peace.